Good to go.
Alright, here it is, trim ring installation 101. First thing we have to do is remove the screws from the woofer, and that's these. It takes a 1/8 inch hex head bit. So, and the screws are attached on the back side of the woofer is a T-nut. This is the T-nut.
Perfect.
So the screws go in that. Now what you don't want to do is push down too hard, because then the T-nut becomes dislodged and will spin freely with the screw stuck in it, and you are screwed, pardon the pun. So be very careful not to apply too much pressure to dislodge that T-nut. Now, we're going to remove the screws. Now, the first thing, place your hand whenever working with a screwdriver or a screw gun, anything like this, so that you don't by accident slip off and puncture the driver, which is a very sad and expensive mistake. I've done it many times. If I've done it, you can do it. So, we remove all the screws, and now we see if the driver is sitting with enough clearance. It has to be above the baffle. Okay, you want something like that. That would be a minimum. If it's much less than that or flush with the baffle, what you're going to have to do is remove the driver. Do not grab the gasket, because you'll rip it apart, break it. You have to take a pair of very small pliers, grab the metal frame, lift it up gently. Alright. Now you can work a gasket over from the top. You have to be careful. It's like putting a tire on a bicycle rim. Okay. And you see how that works there. Bingo. That's if you need it. Now we really don't. I don't think we'll need it in this case, so I'm going to try it without. Sometimes they don't go off as easily as they go on. Bear with me. There we go. Just like a tire on a bicycle, right? Alright, now you get that gasket and the speaker all lined up with the holes. You can use a small screwdriver, as you see. You don't want any problems, anything getting in the way. Now, we take the trim ring, and there's the Daedalus audio at the bottom. Place this over the holes, like so. Then the screws that come with the trim ring, let me get these in. Okay, I guess I didn't get that quite lined up as well as I thought. There we go. Get them all in place. Try and be careful not to scratch the trim ring. It's anodized aluminum. Scratches fairly easily. Boom, like so. Now, it's a pretty good idea. You can start by finger tightening everything. Make sure that you don't have anything cross-threaded. Threads in well. If you run into something where the threads, you feel like the threads have been buggered up on the T-nut, you can use a tap. It's 1/4 20, or no, it's 1032 is the thread. So then you can just clean up the threads on the tap or on the T-nut, because it's even worse than dislodging the T-nut is if you cross thread something. Now, again, your hand here to protect this, and it's like doing a head gasket on a car. You work your way around a little bit at a time. Okay. Okay. And okay, I'd advise going a little slower and more carefully than that. And that's about the torque that they originally come with. Now I use twice as much torque with the trim ring, which is one of the things that helps us sonically by solidly anchoring the driver so there's no flex, unwanted vibrations. Okay. And that's it. We just finish it off. Make sure everything's torqued evenly. Make sure hopefully we haven't bottomed out. This is pretty close here. Alright, so that's pretty close to bottoming out on the baffle. If you're feeling that you may have bottomed out on the baffle, you can add a gasket behind it. You can add the extra gasket, as I mentioned before. You can also put one on top of the speaker behind the trim ring. But I think that we just made it there, barely. And that's Trim Ring Install 101. Thank you very much.